I don't know if there's a philosophy name for it or anything, but there's a certain power in not thinking. Like, you don't think about something, you just do it. I'm sure there's a philosophy behind it, but that's how I feel if you're a small creator, or maybe you haven't started yet. Maybe you're just like, there's a power in not even thinking about it. Mm-hmm. There's a power in just doing and not overthinking. Like, let's say you're a creator and you don't exactly know what you want to do. Content creation is a huge thing right now, especially because today YouTube just announced that they are now paying people for making YouTube shorts. Mm-hmm. So there is now yet another massive market that you can make money online. Yep. So content creation is going to continue going up as these platforms allow you to get paid. So let's say you're a creator and you don't know exactly what you want to do. Or like, you do know what you want to do. Let's say you want to do gaming, right? You want to make gaming content on, I don't know, like Call of Duty. There's a power in just starting it and not thinking about all these small details, because the details will iron themselves out. You don't want to overthink because it is overwhelming. So if you just start, instead of thinking, okay, what do I want this video, like, how do I want my editing style to be? How do I want to publish all of this? Just start it. You could apply that exact same thing to a small business. You know what I mean? Oh, you have this, let's say you have this crazy recipe that you think you can make money on. You can ship it out. You can start making money. Just start doing it. Worry about your designs of the packaging later, because all that stuff will iron out. There's a power in just doing it, instead of overthinking every little thing before you even start.
Yep.
Truth. That's what, even though it's, I hate to quote Nike. Oh, I think it's Nike. They just do it, right? Yeah, I don't know.
I prefer.
But like,
you know what's even worse?
Go. I
was going to say quote Shia LaBeouf. Do it.
Yeah, actually. No, I like Shia LaBeouf instead. Actually,
I don't know. Shia LaBeouf isn't a person you want to be taking quotes from.
I'll be fair.
Oh man.
But we'll just take the just fair do enough. It part of it. You feel
me?
But that is honestly something you really should take into account, right? Talked about it before. When it comes to like writing for me and stuff, best way to get around like writer's blocks and getting things done is by just doing it, not worrying about the small things. Oh, it's not good enough. This and that, the third and stuff. It will iron out. You can fix it later. Just start. It's the simplest ways to get into anything.
Yeah.
I know you got some experience with that in the market and everything too.
Yeah, starting out, it was very crazy. I didn't know much about anything, but I just started because I knew automatically if I could gain experience, just by doing, just by pressing buttons and, looking at contracts and everything, that, I would pick up on it. And I started doing that. It took me 1.5 years, but yeah, I got to it. So there's some definitely definitely something to say about that, but it's more so like starting with the small momentum. It was, me starting to work out was a different change for me, So I got out of my comfort zone, and when I got out of my comfort zone, I didn't like doing it at all. I hated it until, I just kept on pushing through, and I just kept on focusing, like achieving the state of flow in that sense. And so, it was a rhythm to me, just going to the gym, getting my workout in, and then studying. The market. It gave me two things to do, because I think I see it this way. If you're not doing much in your life, there's a sense of like, I don't know how to explain it, like emptiness that you feel that, you're not achieving much. And by the time you get older, you go through a midlife crisis thinking, oh, I should have done more when I was younger. Mm-hmm. But then time continues, you keep on looking at the past. You don't look at, the future, and you just continue to dwell until something changes. And by then it's kind of, time as what you could have been thinking about, you could have been doing.
Yeah. And I think what's important there, right, is like you said it took you 1.5 years. But let's say you did wait to start the market until you knew a little bit more. Personally, I think most people, if instead of starting where you did and then you make all these mistakes, if they would have taken that extra time to try to learn more, they would have actually quit before they even started. Because now you're trying too hard. Like if you really try, then you're more likely to quit because you haven't even started yet. If you just dive right in, well, now you got to keep going. You'll learn on your way, you know what I mean?
What actually helped me in the beginning was that letting go the attachment to money. That was the start.
Interesting.
So, because what I heard was that, all these people are attached to their money. Money is a, big determination on their, how they feel and everything. And so I wanted to learn about, just letting go of money. And so when I would watch my account just blow up, it would piss me off. It would piss me off.
But that drives you.
But it drove me, because I was like, how is it possible for other people to be making money like that?
Yeah.
There is a way.
Exactly.
And you will find it. And that's exactly what I did. And so I just kept on applying pressure, kept on studying. And eventually I found some success, and it was like hitting a plateau. I finally had learned my strategy. I finally was able to, be profitable more. And then come to find out, it's just more learning experience, more knowledge that I have to know. And so it's a never ending cycle of just learning, which if you learn to like.
Yeah.
Sink or swim.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Throw them in the deep end and sink or swim. Better figure it out.
Yeah. When I was last week when I was researching a lot of the stuff on like YouTube algorithm stuff, just trying to make sure we're doing our best job here and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
One of the creators said, one of the videos I was watching said, the best way to grow on YouTube, for example, and learn how to make better content is be on YouTube. What does he mean by that? He meant you have to be in it to learn how to do it. And that's exactly how it applies to the stock market. You have to be in it to learn. You can't learn from the outside because there's something to be said. You could read, let's say you bought a stock market book, right? Like a day trading book.
Yeah.
You could read that entire book and sure you have all this knowledge, but experience is way, way, way better. And just being in it is better than just reading and hearing or reading all this stuff.
Because there's a difference when you press that button and when you're out of it. It's easy, like how they say, it's easy to look at the markets and say, oh, it's going up, oh, it's going to go down. But once you press that button, it's a different story. And so it's, now you're getting your emotions involved.
Yeah.
So you got to learn how to take those emotions out and just apply logic to the market and understand, the psychology of every investor, because it's two emotions going back and forth.
Yeah.
Hope and fear. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I would say hope and fear are the two, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty dead on, actually. Yeah, I just think you just need to stop thinking and just dive right in and let it iron itself out. Because it will. Life has a certain way of doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I've always... there's this, like, I don't know. There's this thing I live by, right? It's that regardless of the higher power you believe in, if you believe in one, you have to admit that there is never a loose end in life. It always irons itself out to some extent.
Oh, yeah.
Like, think back on your past experience. Okay, how did this thing that I was worried about 5 years ago, how'd that pan out? It ironed itself out somehow. So you could apply that exact same thing to anything, short-term, long-term. It will always iron itself out. Life always finds a way to kind of just tie up the ends. Don't know how.
Yeah.
Whether that's God or, just the universe, energy, stuff like that. I don't know. But it always ties up loose ends.
Yeah. I mean, that's also another thing, like, so when it comes to motion and logic, right? Two very powerful things that can both help or destroy you. And you have to be careful and learn the proper mix. Because you put too much emotions into it, then you're not going to do that thing that you wanted to do. But if you put too much logic into it, it's going to talk itself out of it.
Yep.
It's a very weird mix that you have to find, but you can't consider too much of one. Because if you do, one or the other is going to stop you from doing what you need to do.
Yeah, emotion will push you to do something because you want to do it. Logic will tell you, you got to get your money right working this 9 to 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta you gotta find the bound there, because if you let the logic take over, boom, you're not chasing your dreams. Or if you let the emotion take over too much, now you're quitting your 9 to 5 and you're really fucked. So you gotta kind of find the balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm always on the side of do the thing that people do not want you to do.
Yeah. Because
if you do the things people want you to do, now you're like 95% of the population.
Yeah.
And you're not doing anything. If you follow your dreams, you're in the. It might be less than 5%. It might be less. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it, boom, you're already in the top percent, in my opinion.
Yeah. And to me, it's important. Do chase your dreams. Go for it. Who the hell cares?
You live one life, bro.
Right.
Literally.
Like, what was that? The YOLO thing was going around for so
I've been
long.
I've been dodging saying YOLO this entire conversation.
Honestly,
I hate it.
I hate it too. But like, everybody loved to say it, but nobody actually, when they hear that, they say, "Okay, let's go party and take." No, go follow that dream that you had, because again, like you said, you're like in that 1%. The world doesn't need more copycats.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It does not move or grow with people who are the exact same as one another. It grows and moves by the people who stand out and dare to try something, and it paid off.
Yeah.
Like, go for it. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if you can succeed or you fail. And again, you don't necessarily fail if you learn from it. Don't let that emotion and fear get to you, but yet don't let that logic get to you either.
What's Newton's law? The law of
For every
of them.
reaction, there's an opposite equal reaction. For every
so
good and negative force is
since
something like that. I don't know.
I failed my
Something.
physics.
Since I would say no. So what I'm trying to say is, so since we produce energy,
Yep.
everything that we do, we push out energy, and so however much energy you give into a skill or whatever it is, that's how much you're gonna get in return of knowledge, and like in that sense.